Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Beer with the Boss, that podcast where a guy and his boss have a beer, discuss technology and whatever is trending out there. I'm Rodrigo Matos, and I work at Webera.
And I'm Joe Zamboni, Webera's founder. How are you going, Rodrigo? And what you drinking today?
Hey, Joel. All good? How about you? And today I'm drinking good old... it's a drink, actually, that it's very democratic, but I don't really drink that much. Water. Have you ever had a chance to drink that?
Yeah, some days. Some days I drink water. Well, today I'm also drinking something that's brewed, but it's not water, which water is not brewed, but it's not beer. I'm drinking kombucha today, so I guess today we're not drinking. I guess we had bad influence from our previous hosts. Both of them didn't drink. Actually, one drink, but some
one of them
did not.
did.
So we have some bad influence lately on the channel.
Yeah.
But
we apologize to you guys who are listening to us today. We're not bringing any new beers today, but we promise next episodes we'll have something to share with you.
Yeah, there also that bad beer that I drink, right? I mean, I hope
the pumpkin one.
Pumpkin one.
Before we start, Joel, I just want to remind our listeners to subscribe to our channel, like this episode, and activate notifications so we will know whenever a new Beer with the Boss episode is live. And we're also in other platforms now, right, Joel? We are not only on Spotify. Do you remember
Amazon, Apple, Google, and Spotify, and I think that's it. And you can also access us directly. I think we have an RSS feed.
Yeah, and soon we're going to have news for you in terms of other channels you can access content or Beer with the Boss content and interact with us as well. But that's something for the future. We don't want to give you any spoilers.
No, we can do, man. Let's do it. So far, you can interact with us on our Webera channels, mainly on LinkedIn, on Twitter, Facebook, those things. But we recently created some accounts specifically for Beer with the Boss. We will come up with a website also. So we're trying to kind of prepare for the next season. We are about to end the season. So yeah, I guess this is coming at the change is growing. Good.
Well, and thank you all for supporting this podcast. Something that we started as a way of having fun, and we're having a lot of fun doing that and bringing a lot of information, and we're getting good feedback from the community. So thank you all who are listening to us. And well, Joe, we talk a lot about DevOps because, that's what we do best at Webera. But I want to bring DevOps in a different way today. I don't want to talk specifically about very, very technical details, but I want to ask you some questions that came to my mind and while I was talking to some of our coworkers and people who listen to the podcast. Because we know that Managed DevOps is a product that delivers our service, that delivers a lot of value to an organization in very different ways. We know that it increases efficiency, it saves time, saves money, because you can reduce like infrastructure costs and other costs related to your development or your work with DevOps per se. But I want to ask you, between all the ways that Managed DevOps delivers value, can you think of one specific way that delivers the most significant value to an organization?
So I guess the most significant is that it delivers is a small package, or is a package, not small, but it's a package that is pre-configured with a DevOps solution, which is if you go look into DevOps projects, right? I guess it's worse than Agile. It's like 76% of all the projects on DevOps fail. And this is because people are hiring, and we do the same here. We suffer the same problem with people that does not have DevOps culture or ways to work. and they go, well, yeah, they think that is the same as going, and they read a book or something like that and go, oh, let's do DevOps. And it's not. So what we do internally, we train, we have this shared team with knowledge and execution experience in DevOps. We can deliver the service. And DevOps is, how can I say? There is a hard beginning, and then it reduces across the time. So we have the way that we configure the price and everything. It was like you have the benefit in the first couple months, and then you still have the other benefits across the whole year or the whole execution of your project. So it's not something that like you just do a project and you go like, we have the end-to-end thing. So we have the, let's say, the release, the SRE, the entire the whole shebang, how people say, on DevOps. So that's why I think the most significant value, and like the things that we are doing now, that we are trying to help people to use. Like an example, we just released publicly the Webera flow, which is like the flow that we use on the Managed DevOps Services, which if you look at, is like, it can help many organizations already. Like just by, if you start doing it that way, we proven that it can deliver fast, software fast. So if you're going to start something, even with your own team, take a look at that diagram. I know it's a simple diagram, but it's like there are some points of that you can use to, like, where do I check which code is in production? If you start to ask questions that you try to solve with DevOps, I can guarantee you that you'll see some of the answers already there. So it's like you don't need to go to the pain of creating your own workflow to see, oh, I forgot to do this. It was already there. Like, so when you start to have questions about your workflow, when you see like, oh, I need to know something, you'll see that's there. So that I think is the most valuable things. Like it's ready. It's ready to go.
And I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said that 75% of DevOps projects fail. Is that what you said before?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, 75, 6 or something like that.
Yeah, I can imagine like a company deciding, as you said, to let's start doing DevOps. You know, it's something we should do, and it's going to help us, but without the expertise. And I guess it makes sense that 75% of the projects fail because they never done DevOps before, and they are probably investing a lot of money in hiring people, right? Because the wages for DevOps engineers are over the top, right? It's like, what, a year in the US, over like nearly $200,000 a year. Is that, am
I guess 140
something?
Yeah, 140 something.
Yeah.
Up to there's starts with, I don't know. Yeah, because
but it is a lot of money to invest if you don't have the expertise in the team. Right?
Yeah, and most of the DevOps people are coming from infrastructure, right? Not that they can't learn. I'm saying that, but you have to have the time to learn and to test and all those things, and we can help with that. That's in a way that what we're doing.
At Webera, we have two different ways of delivering DevOps, right? DevOps as a service, Managed DevOps Services. Managed DevOps Services being our, let's say, newest product, right? The newest solution. How would you compare these two solutions, and what are the main differences in terms of deliveries to the client? Are they very big? How could you describe that?
So the difference is like it's one is a pre-package, so it's like a shared team who works to deliver one like the level of the customization. So it's not high customizable. So where is applicable? If you are a startup that doesn't have like it's in the cloud, use Kubernetes, it's like a limited large. use GitHub, GitLab. It's fine. We will do that. Good. It's a right solutions, managed DevOps solutions. If you are a company who is, I don't know, IoT with some hardware, specific hardware, or you don't use GitLab, you use Jenkins or things like that, well, we can't help with that. That's not, it's not, we don't support yet on the managed DevOps services, because the idea is that we can reduce the price by scale. So we have the automation tools, we have the training people, and if we train people in all the technologies, so it's not gonna work as a business. And then the DevOps as a service in the other way, it's basically consulting. So you have, but as also it's a group of people who is working together already. So it's like it's a team. Like is we have like 2 or more DevOps engineers with a Scrum Master and an advisor to help to build this culture. So it's not one person who randomly over the internet was a sysadmin until the last job, and now is a DevOps. So it's a team of DevOps engineers trained with a Scrum Master together, ready to be like a squad inside an organization who wants DevOps. And this team is more customizable because they will work with you. They will have a ramp up, of course, but they can apply this DevOps to basically most of the technologies in the DevOps tools, right? So as long as a DevOps tool, as long as not like you want to develop a DevOps to write some Java code, you can write but it's not a good guy.
Anybody can be a DevOps on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
Right.
anybody. we had hired many people that they are.
Yeah, so I guess it makes sense, right, to hire managed DevOps services, or I mean, someone, or DevOps as a service, and someone who does DevOps as a core, right, and trains people.
And if you get to this point, right, if you listen to now in our podcast, right, and you think that this is a sales pitch, it looks like a sales pitch, but like when you think about any team, like any technology team, right? Any organization will try to do that. They will try to first, if they have one position that is shared from many others, they will try to create something like a managed thing. Like an example, HR. HR is a managed thing. You're thinking that they share one set of resource that everybody uses the same thing. You have payment for everyone. They have specialization in HR. They have a specialization in finance and things like that. And everybody else uses the knowledge from those teams. The same thing here. We have a specialized team in DevOps who is working for many different organizations. That way, you can gain scale and use a specific knowledge, like an SME, for a specific kind of service, like a finance. That's DevOps. DevOps is a service. That means DevOps services. On the other hand, if you are an HR company, and then you have the different areas of HR, and then you have different, there's like talent acquisition, things like that. So in the comparison, you have like a development, application development company, right? In that case, your DevOps, it's a part of the team, of the development team. In that case, it's better to have a DevOps as a service, which is a real person that will be connected with your team. So that's also a difference between both. So it's not that we are, not that you are, can you cut this part? Not that you are, how can I say, we are reinventing the wheel here. There are really these different needs in any company. And then you can think about the way they structure your company like that. If you look at our Webera flow, you see that on the Webera flow, there is a part where a PO or a DevOps engineer can change that. But when we go there to our Webera flow, you see there is a point where you have like either the PO or the DevOps team can can do that. In an organization who is a software company, a software application development company, you see like a release manager there with a release team. So it's that kind of customization that DevOps as a Service brings you. Like you have a guy there that will not be like just a DevOps engineer. You'll be a release engineer, which is a different position in DevOps. If you look at, we will also open the value stream map that we use. You see that this position is there too. But yeah, so those are the difference. And you can look at the organization and try to find places where you can use a kind of managed approach to manage this area, and places that you run a really multi-specialist team. So that's the difference between Managed DevOps and DevOps as a Service.
Awesome, Joel. Thank you so much, man. I guess if you guys who are listening to us have any questions as well about Managed DevOps Services, DevOps as a Service, or anything related to DevOps, please let us know. Leave your comments in whatever you are listening to us on the platform you're listening to us. And soon, very soon, in our social media, Bearded with the Boss social media and website, you can find us, still can find us in the Webeta social media, right, Joe?
Yeah,
and
we are probably coming up with a Discord thing also, so we can chat.
A Discord, that's cool. Oh, that's very cool. That's very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Let me ask you: do you still have any kombucha there?
Yeah, no, I finished my kombucha.
I have to say, I always finish my beer before the end of the episode, but I still have a lot of water to drink here.
It doesn't go as good as
not
beer,
as smooth. No.
Yeah. Right.
Joe, thank you so much,
guys.
man.
See you
next week, everybody.
Bye.